Hello, beautiful friends. This is the Organizer Advisor, Dr. Lisa Winfield, here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. I am a professional organizer and certified professional life coach. I call myself a life enhancement coach because my mission, my purpose, my goal is to help you enhance your happiness, cultivate joy, and create the life that you absolutely love. We do this through a process I call the Transformational Organization, and don't worry, everything that I share with you is free. All of my content is free. I don't have, personal subscription services or all of the little paywalls that you have to go through. This is part of my mission. It is my passion to be of service to you as a professional organizer and life coach. Okay, so we are continuing our document organization series, and we are focusing on important documents. And in this video, we're going to talk about organizing all of our insurance documents. Now, some of these, like life insurance, are really important documents that need to be stored in a safe location. So we're going to store them in our important document binder. If you don't know what that is, check out my playlist for a video called Important Document Binder, and I'll link it in the comments. This is a binder that we create to house all of our important documents safely and securely, and then we keep them in a home safe or safety deposit box. Let's get started talking about insurance documents. So grab your hydration beverages, let's have a sit and a sip, and let's organize. All right, so welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. Please, if you don't mind, like the video, sharing this content with someone you think could benefit, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you have access to all of those playlists, all of the content that I produce for free for you. And then follow me on Facebook for more daily updates. Okay, so insurance. This is really important because we have typically 4 types of insurance. Life insurance, which is really important. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Home insurance. I have my best tips, tricks, strategies, and suggestions to help you align your home insurance and make sure you have adequate coverage. And then we have health insurance and we have vehicle insurance. So let's start off by talking life insurance. That being the most important, we want to make sure that we have all of our life insurance policies together. Now, this is really important because you may have a life insurance policy through your work. You may have one through your bank. You may have bought an additional policy through a company. So check and make sure that you are aware of all the life insurance that you have. Just a quick example. I have life insurance through one of my little credit unions, the local credit union here, and I bought a $50,000 life insurance policy my husband knew nothing about. So you want to make sure that you have all of those policies together. Just check. You should be receiving statements, but make sure that you have documents all together from the life insurance that you have through your work, through organizations. You may even get life insurance through a professional affiliation organization. So check out all of those options and whether or not you have subscribed to life insurance through them. Once you've gathered all of them, make sure when you look at the policy, it is up to date and that you have all the identifying information that you're going to need to contact in the case that you need to either buy out that policy, cancel that policy, or you need to give that information to your executor of your estate or the administrator of your estate or a family member. So make sure that you have the document and all of the pertinent information. Now, as far as life insurance coverage, you want to review your coverage. You may want to sit down with your agent. You may want to bring all of your documents. You may want to sit down with a financial planner. Talk about your coverage and whether it is adequate for your family needs at the event of your passing. So if you have young children at home and you have a mortgage, you want to make sure that you have life insurance coverage to cover the mortgage, to cover possibly college educations, whatever you think will be your future family needs. So you need to talk to your agent and find an option that is affordable for you, but provides you the coverage that you and your family desire. And then you need to make sure that you have copies of those life insurance policies, or some way for the executor or administrator of your will to find them, because they will be filing that. Maybe even a family member, that maybe your spouse will be filing the claim, but you need to have those policies where they, number one, are aware they can find them, and they can contact in order to file a claim in the event of your passing. Now, if you need to make changes to your life insurance policy, if you need to cancel, then you want to make sure you have the policy so that you can have that contact information. Now, we're going to talk about safely storing all of these documents at the end of the video, but we want to put those aside for right now. I just have mine in a little file folder, and we'll put that aside for right now. Again, just to recap, life insurance, you want to check your coverage. You want to make sure you have contact information. You want to make sure that you have your executor or administrator or spouse or family member, next of kin, is aware of all the policies that you have. And then also make sure that your coverage is going to meet your future family needs. Before I leave the topic of life insurance, please check out the video on Last Will and Testament in the playlist under Document Organization, because this is going to have some important information. And since these two, life insurance and your Last Will and Testament, dovetail together, I urge you to check out that video. So let's now move on to our home insurance. Again, you want to have your home insurance in a location where you can find it. And you want to examine your coverage. I like to call it a little mini insurance audit. So you want to make sure that you've updated your coverage, check out the value of your home to see if that has changed, and make sure that you're getting adequate coverage for your home. You again want to have a copy of the policy so you have all of the contact information for your agent's name, address, policy number, contact number, and I just do a little snapshot of the coverage. So maybe just write on a Post-it note the coverage that you have, so that you can just, when you're doing your little mini insurances audit, you can just look and say, okay, I feel comfortable with that. Now, once we have all of those documents gathered, and you have an updated insurance policy, and you have all of the contact information, and you've looked at the coverage, let's talk about your home inventory. I have a video on home inventory. You'll want to check that out. This is a great strategy, and it's really important as it dovetails into the value of your home as far as the contents. So, what is a home inventory? Well, in our every nook and cranny cleaning process, where we go room by room, one wall a day, one wall at a time, I encourage you to just write down or photograph everything in that room. Now, I like to write it down, and let me tell you why. Because when I write down every item that is in that area, then I have, number one, an inventory of everything I have. And this is going to serve multiple purposes. Two, I assign a value to each of those items. It's a replacement value, or what did I pay for it, or what's it going to cost to replace. So then when I have completed my home inventory of all the tangible items in my home, in my garage, in my attic, any storage unit that you have, I include, heirlooms, your artwork, musical instruments, jewelry, high value items, you're going to want to note those so that you can contact your insurance representative to see if you need an additional rider for those particular items. Not all home insurance covers all of your items. Antiques may need to be appraised. You may need to have that done. Art may need to be appraised. You may need to, I took mine to Antiques Roadshow. You may want to go ahead and investigate with your insurance agent if there are certain items that you possess that need an extended coverage. But also, at the end of the process, I have a value assigned to every item in my home, and let me assure you, it adds up very quickly. Everything costs money to replace. So as you go through and assign this value, you're going to come up with a total of what your home contents are worth. Now, it's an approximation, but you have documentation. You can even write in the serial numbers for the items that you have. I have serial numbers, so in the case of a theft, I have that serial number documented. But now I have a record. I have a tangible record of everything I own. I know its value cumulatively. So then I can go back to my home insurance and say, ooh, I may need to up my coverage a little bit. Now let me tell you one other thing this does, and I'm going to mention this in the last will and testament. When you have a tangible list of all the items you own, you can assign asset distribution for your last will and testament. So if there are particular items you want to go to particular people, you can assign that there. You could have this whole document notarized, and then this becomes a part of your will and testament. So it's going to help your executor or your administrator disperse your assets according to your wishes, but also, as an added measure, if you want to give your list to your children or grandchildren or whoever you intend to bequeath some of these items to, they can check off what they want. That may, after the time of your death, when everybody is grieving and everybody's in a heightened emotional state, they don't have to go through the process of trying to amend things to your wishes. You have everything taken care of. Then, as you sell an item, let's say you're going to purge, downsize, whatever. If you sell an item, you're going to have pretty much an approximate value, and then you can mark it off your inventory and put that money in your savings account. If you don't know what that is, check out the video. It's part of our fiscal well-being enhancement. So that is my little spiel on document inventory, except one more thing. You can do like an Excel spreadsheet, or you can do like a hard copy. I like a hard copy because I like to write, so I do a hard copy, but then my husband takes it and transfers that to an Excel sheet so that we can send it to our kids, we can update it, reprint it, whatever works for you. Remember, I just give you a template, my best tips, tricks, strategies, and suggestions, a framework for you to build upon according to how best fits your life. All right, so that is home insurance. Now we're going to talk about health insurance just briefly. Health insurance, not necessary to keep that policy in your information, your important document binder. However, if you choose to, so be it. Whatever works for you, tailor this to your specific desires. But for our home or our health insurance, just be aware of, maybe do some comparison shoppings, look at different companies. You may get health insurance through your company, and you may want to update some of your coverage. But what I specifically want to mention in this segment is about those open enrollment periods. There are specific times of the year called open enrollment where you can make changes to your policy or change companies. You need to investigate when that is. I suggest writing it down in your agenda or putting a reminder on your phone when that open enrollment is, so that you can go in and make any policy changes that you need to. So check out your health insurance policy for those open enrollments. Again, you want to have a copy of your network providers so that you can save some money. You also want to make sure you're maximizing your coverage. Make sure you check out what your deductible is and all the components of your health insurance that you specifically need for, like medications. If you need specific medical apparatus, you want to make sure that you have the best coverage to meet those needs. So it might be prudent to do some investigating, but look at the company that your work or employer offers and see if you can enhance that in any way to provide complete coverage for your medical needs. Make sure you have your policy number. You may have an insurance card. You want to have an updated insurance card in order to take to your medical provider. If you have dental insurance, you want to make sure you have your dental card, policy number, group provider, policy name, all of that in your wallet or your agenda in order to fill out all of that paperwork when you go to your medical or healthcare provider. Okay, so that is our health insurance. Let's talk about insurance. Again, it's comprehensive. We want to look at across the board, all of the insurances that we are paying for so that we make sure we're maximizing our coverage and adjusting everything to our budget. Now, you want to look at your car insurance policy. Again, you may want to shop around a little bit, make sure you're getting the best coverage for the price depending on your needs. Also, you want to make sure that you have the adequate coverage for your vehicle. And then you need to make sure you have an updated insurance card for your automobile. I have some special tips, tricks, suggestions, and strategies in a video about car organization and car vehicle documents. You may want to make sure you check out that video in the playlist because it's going to give you some ideas on how you can put these in your vehicle, access them at a moment, especially if there is an accident or you get pulled over and you need to provide proof of insurance. You do not want to be fumbling through your glove box and all your car storage areas looking for that. I have a whole segment on how to organize your car, but also you want to make sure that you have these up to date in your car. This is something that you want to do twice a year. Update your insurance policy. The coverage runs for 6 months or a year, just depending on your company. But also, while you're checking on this, check out that you have updated vehicle registration and your tags are up to date. And while you're at it, check your driver's license to make sure that you know when that's going to need to be renewed. So just few little additional tips, tricks, strategies, and suggestions from me to you to help totally tie together all of our document organization. Okay, so now let's talk about storing these documents. First of all, these need to go in your car. So mine is just up to date. That's going to go in my vehicle. I suggest putting things in zip top bags, especially life insurance policies. But if you have your auto policy and your health policy, I don't necessarily think that they need to be kept in your important document binder in your safe. They can be kept in a file folder in your filing system, but do what you are comfortable with. These are my life insurance documents, so I'm going to take these, and they are going to be, I fold them so that they can fit into my zip top bag. And the reason that I put them in a zip top bag is that it adds a layer of protection from water. Now, if you're in a flood-prone area or if you get hit by frequent storms that cause flooding, if you live in Florida and have hurricane, or in the potential or in the event of a potential fire, if your safe is not waterproof, then when the firemen go to put out the fire, it could damage your documents. So I like the little added protection of this zip top bag, and I also am going to put them into my important document binder. So they're going to go in a, if you don't know what the important document binder is, please check out that video. These are just going to be slipped right into a page protector with some cardstock to keep it nice and tidy. And now I'm going to put my entire important document binder in a very large Ziploc bag, zip top bag, and seal it in the case that I need to evacuate my home in a hurry. Then I am able to go to my safe and grab my entire important document binder, that all these documents that I may need in order to, file claims in the event of a catastrophic event, or tornado, a hurricane, flooding, or fire. So I have all of these ready to go in my home safe, and they're in a safely protected bag so that they don't get wet in transit. Okay, that is my segment on our little insurance audit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, and check out those playlists. They are so important. It has everything you need archived there so that you can totally transform your life at your own pace. Also, take time for self-care today. Remember, self-care is health-care. It's vitally important to your overall well-being and health that you take time for you. All right, this is the Organizer Advisor wishing you a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then.